You were so close. The momentum was real. The work was happening. Something was finally starting to move. And then, quietly, without fully understanding why, you stopped. Maybe you picked a fight that did not need to happen. Maybe you disappeared from something you had been building. Maybe you made a decision that seemed reasonable in the moment but pulled you back to exactly where you started. And afterward you thought, why do I keep doing this? Why, right when things are working, do I find a way to undo it? This is not a small question. It is one of the most searched, most felt, least honestly answered questions in self-development. And the answer is not what most people expect. It is not laziness. It is not bad luck. It is not that you do not deserve good things. It is something much more specific. And once you see it, you will not be able to unsee it. Self-sabotage is not random. It has a timing. And the timing is almost always the same. It does not happen at the beginning, when doubt would make sense. It does not happen in the middle, when fatigue would be understandable. It happens right before the breakthrough, right before the result, right when the evidence is starting to suggest this might actually work. That is the moment the brain gets uncomfortable. Not because things are going wrong, because things are going right. Here is why. Your brain is not optimized for happiness. It is optimized for survival. And survival to the brain means one thing above everything else: predictability. The brain wants to know what is coming next. It wants the future to look like the past. Not because the past was good, but because the past was known. When things start going better than usual, better than expected, better than the version of yourself you have been used to living as, the brain receives a signal. This is unfamiliar territory. And unfamiliar territory, to a survival-oriented brain, registers as risk. So it does what it always does with risk. It tries to return you to the familiar, to the version of life it already knows how to predict. That pull, the pull back toward what is known, is what self-sabotage actually is. It is not weakness. It is not self-destruction. It is your nervous system trying to protect you from the uncertainty of becoming someone new. Psychologists call this the upper limit problem. The idea, introduced by Gay Hendricks, is that every person has an internal thermostat for how much good they will allow themselves to experience. When life rises above that set point, more success, more love, more momentum than feels familiar, something in you activates to bring the temperature back down. The mechanism is different for everyone. For some people, it is procrastination. For others, it is conflict. For others, it is self-doubt that appears out of nowhere, right when confidence would be most useful. But the function is the same. Bring it back to the level that feels safe, the level that feels like you. And here's the hardest part of this. The sabotage does not feel like sabotage. It feels rational. It feels cautious. It feels like you are just being realistic about your limitations, which is why it works every time, because you do not see it coming. You see a reason, a valid one, and you act on it. And 3 months later, you are back at the beginning, wondering what happened. So what do you actually do about this? Step 1. Learn to recognize the signal. The feeling that tends to arrive right before self-sabotage is not always fear. Sometimes it feels like sudden doubt about whether the goal is even worth pursuing. Sometimes it feels like restlessness, an urge to change direction right when direction has finally been established. Sometimes it feels like exhaustion that did not exist the week before. These feelings are real, but their timing is information. When they appear right as things are gaining momentum, they are almost never about the situation. They are about the discomfort of growth. Start noticing the timing, not just the feeling, the timing. Because the feeling on its own can justify almost any exit. The timing reveals what the feeling is actually about. Step 2, do not make major decisions in the window. The window is the period right before a real result, right before something becomes real and visible and harder to undo. This is the most dangerous time to change course. Not because your doubts are wrong, but because your brain's discomfort with progress is at its highest. And discomfort is a terrible reason to reverse momentum. Commit to a rule. No major pivots, no significant exits, no large decisions in the 10 days before a deadline, a launch, a conversation, or a result you have been working toward. Let the result happen. Evaluate after. When the brain is not in threat mode, the thinking is clearer. Step 3, raise your identity to meet the result. This is the deepest fix. Self-sabotage happens partly because the result feels inconsistent with who you believe you are. If you have spent years thinking of yourself as someone who almost makes it, a result that arrives fully feels foreign, threatening even. The work is not just to achieve the goal. It is to gradually expand your sense of what you are capable of, what you are allowed to have, what a version of you that actually succeeds looks like. This does not happen through affirmations. It happens through small, repeated actions actions that cast votes for a different identity. Every time you stay in the discomfort instead of exiting. Every time you let something good happen without immediately finding a reason it will not last. Every time you finish what you started, you are rewriting the internal set point, slowly, irreversibly. You have been close before, maybe many times, and something pulled you back. That pull is real, but it is not permanent. It is not proof that you cannot handle what is on the other side. It is proof that you are close enough to feel the resistance. And resistance only exists where there is something worth reaching. The next time you feel the doubt arrive, when things are going well, when momentum is real, when the result is within reach, recognize it for what it is. Not a sign to stop, a sign that you are almost there. Stay in it. Let it arrive. You are more ready than the fear wants you to believe, and I am rooting for you, even from afar.